Hi there, hello everyone. Today I'm going to present before you fundamental analysis and we are going to discuss an important economic indicator, flash manufacturing or services PMI purchasing managers index. So let's see what we have. So PMI purchasing managers index, what is it? It is a leading indicator of economic health and determines market trends and turning points. And there are two versions of PMI, flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. And it represents the rate of expansion or contraction of a specific sector such as manufacturing, services, or construction. So this economic indicator, if the data values are in positive, then it means the economy is expanding. If the data values are negative, that it means that the economy is contracting. Okay, some more PMI notes. So flash manufacturing PMI, it is a survey of about 800 purchasing managers to rate the business conditions. And flash services PMI, it is a survey of about 400 purchasing managers which asks respondents to rate the business conditions. And what are the survey indices of PMI? There are mostly these six prominent indices. Number one, employment, production, new orders, prices, supplier deliveries, and inventories. So PMI Purchasing Managers Index has two versions, flash manufacturing and flash services, and there are about 800 purchasing managers in the USA that are being surveyed on these survey indices, and then they rate about the state of the economy or the condition of the economy. Okay, all right, some more information. So when we have the flash PMI data released and we look at the figures, and if actual is greater than forecast, then it's good for the currency. If it's actual is smaller than forecast, then it's bad for the currency. And this data is released monthly around 3 weeks into the current month, and this is categorized as red news on forex calendar. Means that if it's red news, then it will have a heavy impact on forex market, positive or negative, so you have to look out for it. Okay, now let's see what are the data points. So if the PMI figure is above 50, then it means the industry is expanding. If it is below 50, it means that the industry is contracting. And there are two versions, flash and final, as I discussed in the previous slide. Flash comes out earlier with most impact, so please remember that the flash PMI uh, is having most impact because it comes out earlier. Okay, then it has its impact on the gross domestic product and manufacturing and economic data. If it's positive, then economic output is positive. It means that the employment is high. If it is negative, then economic output is negative. It means that the employment is low. So we got to also study in terms of gross domestic product and economic data as well. Okay, flash PMI outcomes. So number one, regularly falling PMI figures could indicate weakness and the risk of a possible recession or contracting economy, and a consistently strong data on monthly basis could show an upward and strengthening economy. Okay, so what happens when there is a data release about PMI? So we think about some output when there is a PMI data release. So either it could be above expectations or below expectations. So there could be positive or negative effect on US dollar and US dollar related driven markets. So what could be the possible outcome of this data release, PMI data? So when the PMI data is released, either it could be better than expected or lower than expected. So for example, if the PMI data is better than expected, then it is an indication of strong US dollar versus other currencies. And if it's weak or it is lower than expected, then we will see that the weak US dollar versus other currencies. And then for traders, for people like us, for traders who are trading in forex market. This trading data can be important yardstick of analyzing spread betting and CFD strategies. Okay. All right. So how we trade PMI data when the data is released, how to trade. So definitely there will be high volatility when the data is out. It could be upward movement or downward movement. Okay. So there could be sharp movement of the price upward and downward, and based on your strategy or analysis, you can either trade into profit or trade into losses. So either way you can go into either direction, but you have to make sure your analysis is sound and you can make profit out of it. But on the other hand, it is a double-edged sword. You can also get into losses. Okay, so what are the trading strategies? So scenario one, you can trade on sharp move. So when the data is out, so it can definitely move into a one particular direction very fast. So sharp moves in the financial market, both up and down, but never trade on sharp moves. We also call it a knee-jerk reaction. So please, you will not trade on sharp moves. So what you do, you wait for the initial reaction to fade. It involves that one should wait for the initial movement of the price up or down to come back to its normal position. And scenario 3, that you can, when you are waiting for the initial reaction to fade, then you can also look for the pullback strategy. And this approach, where the price has moved sharply up and down and then reverses its direction, and when you are waiting for the pullback, then it's the time for you to take a position. So this is how you can actually develop your trading strategy for PMI data release. Okay, so when you are actually trading, because there is a high volatility when this PMI data is released, so means high volatility, maybe profit, maybe loss, and this volatility around this data may deliver you large short-term profit or greater short-term losses. Okay, but when this happens, then you have to think about your risk management while trading. So you have to have a risk management strategy in place. So it's therefore very important to pay attention to your risk management approach, and you must have your risk management action plan in place if you think that something has not gone right as you had initially expected it to be. Okay, so this is how PMI economic data works, and how you can actually, as a forex trader, develop your strategy to make a profit out of it. Alright guys, I will stop here. I hope you like the video. I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.